I am obsessed. It helps me achieve like styled hair, but I don't have to dry my hair and then style it. It's literally like a 2-in-1. And hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very, very well. Today's video is 2 parts. First part is just a Shark review, overview, kind of my thoughts after using it for a few months. And the second part is how I achieve my blowout. So I'm gonna have timestamps down below so you can like pick which part of the video you want to watch, or you could just watch both. Like, that would be great. I have had the Shark for a few months now. So funny story, I actually got it in July, and then very recently in like September, the end of September, beginning of October, it just died. It literally just stopped working. So that kind of sucked. I don't really know what happened to it. I don't know if it was like a filter issue. It sounded more of like a machine issue in the top part, like the drying part, and I don't know if that's happened to anyone else, but I cleaned the filter a bunch of times. That didn't work. Every time I would turn it on, it would go like and then like just die. So I was like, okay, that's not great. Yeah, and it stopped turning back on. And I did like Google searches, Reddit, you know, YouTube, did all the things, and then eventually just decided, okay, I need to replace it. Luckily, Ulta, the people there were so lovely and so nice and kind and helped me get a replacement one. And then they were like, okay, register your warranty as soon as you open the box this time. So I did that. Yeah, and it's been working perfectly fine since. It's just strange that, like, I don't know, it was literally working perfectly and then all of a sudden just completely died, like no warning. But now I know I need to clean the filter frequently. So this is actually my second Shark, and I will say, and that in between time when I didn't have it, I was distraught, to say the least. I literally was like, how am I gonna do my hair? How am I gonna dry it? I like functioned as if I've never done my hair any other way. So there's that. Since I still have it in the original box, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna store it like this. I think it's actually probably the best way so I don't like lose any bits and bobs, parts and pieces. But it's just the original FlexStyle. I think this is the gold one, or rose gold or whatever. And I decided what I'm gonna do is like piece by piece go through and like talk about each function and then give you my thoughts on it. This is kind of what the inside looks like. I've obviously had this for, you know, like the new one for like a week now. Honestly, that's crazy. I've had it for a week and I think I've used it. No, I've had this for 6 days, not even a full week, and I've used it like almost every single day since I've gotten it back into my life. Obviously, I like the damn thing. This is what the tool itself looks like. This is where all the power comes from, is like this top bit part. This is the filter that's learned from my mistakes. You should be cleaning regularly, like after every use or two. Yeah, so this bottom bit pops off, and yeah, I probably should clean this soon. And then you take like an alcohol wipe or a toothbrush and clean that and this outer filter part as well. So good reminder, I need to do that soon. This is the Shark itself. It's probably weighs about like a pound or 2, so it's really light, easy to travel with. And then it flips down to be like the hair dryer part, and then flips up for some of the styling tools. I think my favorite feature about this is how compact it is. Like, I would way rather bring this and some of the attachments versus like a separate hair dryer and a hairbrush and a hair straightener and my rollers. Like, I would just rather cut down, and I do feel like the Shark is like my favorite tool that I've ever used, like, and you know, purchased. I'm just gonna talk about the hair dryer part by itself. You can do heat or just air dry, which is like room temperature air if you just don't want to use any heat. And then there's a cool shot button up at the top, which is more for styling, but I'll still talk about it. So when I go to dry my hair, if I'm just rough drying before styling, I'll just put the air all the way up. You click it to move it up a notch, or if you're all the way at the top, it bumps it back down. Same thing for the heat. So if I'm just rough drying my hair, I'll turn it on and just kind of, you know, section it, rough dry it without any heat if I'm going to be styling it. If I'm not going to be styling it, I will turn on the heat like a bump or 2 just to kind of like speed things up a little bit, since sometimes I'll just like dry my hair before bed. I don't really need to style it completely. So yeah, I think as a hair dryer, I love this tool. Like, absolutely amazing, 10 out of 10. I love the size. I love that I can pack it up with me. I love that it's also multifunction. Huge, huge, huge plus there. It comes with a style concentrator, a left and right curling barrel, a vented round brush, so it helps, you know, dry your hair faster, as well as a paddle brush, which is just like more for kind of like straightening, smoothing, that sort of thing. I have hair in all of these because I've used them. Starting with the Style Concentrator, I will just attach this to the end here and then take a big round brush and kind of like blow out my hair like this way and kind of curl it and bevel it in. That is if I'm doing like a really quick run through, just to kind of like dry my hair but smooth it at the same time. And I think that the concentrator works really well. I mean, I love the hair dryer itself, but I also think the concentrator is a really good way if you don't want to use any of the Shark attachments. Like, I bought this humongous round brush and it definitely helps like dry my hair quicker and get through a lot more of my hair, so I appreciate that, and that I can still use it as a hair dryer. It doesn't have to be the styler with the round brush that the Shark comes with. That is a huge plus, and again, you know, if I'm going to be styling, I do turn heat on for that. Yeah, and that's the only attachment so far that I have that you keep it as a hair dryer. There is the frizz fighter that I want to get and try out, but like today my hairstyle doesn't really need that. It's more so if I were to take the paddle brush or the round brush of the Shark and do it, that I get like some more frizzies, and I really want to try it. I've seen some crazy before and afters. This next attachment is the paddle brush. I am honestly not too crazy about this. I just would rather take the Style Concentrator and a big brush, like a vented brush, and just like straighten it that way. This I feel like blows hair out and like just makes it frizz up, and I've looked at obviously like how to use the Shark and the attachments, and this is one where you start kind of here and go down, versus like the big round brush, you go under the root and then kind of curl in, or whatever way you want. But this, I don't use this too often. I don't really reach for it. Even if I'm just like touching up, it's not something I really reach for. It's not my favorite attachment. I could do without it because it does come with the round brush itself. So this I just don't really see a need for. Maybe I'll get into using it more, but I think for right now the round brush does the exact same thing, but this is just more versatile in terms of like I could curl it, I could keep it straight, I could do whatever I need to do with this, but with this. So speaking of our friend the round brush, this is one of my favorite attachments if I just want to do like a kind of sleek but still voluminous blowout. I do love it for that. Again, it's vented, so it does help dry your hair at the same time, and I do use this with heat when I have it attached. So the round and paddle brush both just kind of look like a humongous brush when you put the attachments on. I will say it does make it a bit heavier, so that's another thing about the attachments. And then also if I'm like brushing my hair, it does get like a little wobbly down here at the like the base where it goes from hair dryer to styler, and then also at the top here. So the attachments, like, they are secure, they're not going to fall off, but it does make me a little bit worried about like the whole design of the tool itself. Like, is it gonna fall apart? Am I accidentally gonna break it? Am I gonna pull too hard and like the whole thing falls apart? I don't really know. Design wise, there are some flaws there. And the last two attachments, they're basically the same thing. One is just for left and one is for right. These are the curling barrels. Now this is like honestly what attracted me most to the Shark, is that you could dry and curl your hair at the same time, and they're actually what I use to achieve today's blowout. You'll see later on when I do my blowout routine, and they're really cool. They don't wrap around different lengths of hair very well, so this is something you are, if you have layers, gonna need to really section your hair well. And then it's really cool. I don't know, I don't really exactly know how it works, but it is really cool. I do love it. You know, take like this chunk of hair and it just like wraps the whole thing up, take it to my head. I do obviously, like I said, for any hair styling, keep heat on. And then specifically for the barrel, like the curling, this is where the cool shot button comes in. So you'll have it wrapped, it dries, and then you're gonna seal the hair, seal the cuticle, seal the curl with the cool shot, and you just hold that button down for 10 seconds, and then it kind of like cools off the hair and seals the curl that you just created. And it does make really good curls. Sometimes I'll even just like halfway curl, but like mostly dry my hair hair before bed and just sleep on it and then wake up and just have like kind of curly wavy hair, and it just looks nice, you know. I think that's my biggest thing with the Shark, is that it helps me achieve like styled hair, but I don't have to dry my hair and then style it. It's literally like a 2-in-1, and that is my biggest thing. I'm so big on convenience. Like, I made a lazy girl hair care routine, so I'm literally someone who wants to cut down like how much time something takes me, like as much as possible, and not having to switch between 2, possibly 3 different tools. Like, that is the perfect way in my eyes to do it, and I'm so on board with the Shark. Like, I absolutely love this tool. Those are kind of my quick thoughts on all the tools. I will say this, like, it is a learning curve kind of with all of these. Like with the barrels, if you try to take the right side over here, it's literally gonna like blow your hair the opposite direction. So just make sure you have the barrel on the appropriate side of like the user. So this is user's left, the user's right, and make sure you just keep it that way. As with any new tool or any new makeup product, beauty product, whatever, there is like a learning curve to find out what works best for your hair, what doesn't, what you like to do, what's easy for you. But I will say, since like it broke on me, I would give like the Shark overall like an 8 out of 10. I do feel like the design itself is like sleek, but then that also kind of cuts corners in terms of like durability and quality, and I was really disappointed with the fact that it broke after just like a measly like 2 or 3 months. Like, I was really disappointed. Obviously there's a warranty for a reason, but I don't think something that is this expensive, like it's a $300 hair tool, should be breaking in 3 months. And like, luckily I had, you know, my order, all the receipts, everything that I needed to get it replaced. But at the same time, like, I really wish I didn't need to get it replaced. I would keep an eye out on Ulta and Sephora for when this goes on sale, because it has gone on sale previously. I also used like Ulta points and like saved up to use those points for this purchase, and I actually got it at a really reasonable price compared to the $300 price point that it has. I don't own a Dyson AirWrap or like air dry, whatever, so I can't like confirm or deny if this is a good dupe. But if you watch the video and see what it does to my hair, you might think it is a good dupe. I really like it and use it for so many different things in life, and I do love all the attachments. I'm gonna just experiment more with this paddle brush. Maybe I'm sleeping on it and like not giving it a proper chance. And that's kind of like my overall Shark review. You guys stay tuned to see it in action and see how it like really does things for me. It really just makes me feel like a woman when my hair is like done and styled. I just really appreciate that. As of like the past 5 or 6 months that I've been using it, I've really loved it and enjoyed it. And yeah, I just think with holidays coming up, if you're looking for a gift to get someone, this could be a really good thing. Obviously it's expensive, but this is like one of the things, like if I were a kid or a teenager and like I only get like one gift during the holidays, like this would be something I ask for. And I'm just like letting you know ahead of time, because these things can go on sale. So definitely, if it's something you've been eyeing, I really love it. If you're someone who's about convenience, cutting down on hairstyling time, dry time, like look, like my hair is really freaking long, so obviously I don't want to spend like hours and hours and hours every single day of the week doing my hair. If I can like dry it and style it at the same time, that is a freaking win. Thank you for watching the review part, and here's the blowout routine part. Okay, oh, I should put a necklace on. So it is blowout time. My hair has been just sitting in a towel, honestly, for probably way too long. So it's like mostly dried. I'm gonna go through step by step, but first I want to show you all the products that I'm gonna use. Obviously this video is about the Shark, so I'm gonna be using the FlexStyle here, and I'll show you like what attachments I'm using as I'm using them. I'm also gonna be using a set of rollers that came with this rat tail comb from Amazon. I will link it down below in case you want to get your hands on a set. I like that one because it has all different sizes. It came with the comb, the bag, and clips. When I went and got a haircut, my stylist used the Color Wow Extra Large Bombshell Volumizer. So this is a heat protectant, and I like it for that, but it also helps give lots of volume. I can use this on my hair and even air dry it, so I like that. And I've never really used a mousse before, but this is a good one. I'm gonna follow up with the Verb Ghost Oil after that, just to kind of give my hair some like moisture and shine. And recently I went and got my hair blown out at Dry Bar, and I think they burnt my hair because like over here, because every time like I wash my hair, and I smell it, it smells like burnt hair. So because I'm a little paranoid, I'm also gonna go in with the Chi infrared heat protecting keratin mist, which is 95% natural. I don't know what's in the other 5%. I'm also gonna follow up at the very end, like for setting, with the Verb Volume Dry Texture Spray. It is a very, very, very light hold. I don't use this like as a hairspray, but I like to set the rollers with this, and then also at the end kind of like zhuzh it up. So first step I usually do is rough dry my hair the rest of the way. This is actually my second Shark. So I still have the box and I think I'm gonna keep it. It just like helps keep things organized, you know? I'm plugging the sink just so nothing falls down there. I'm gonna go from this to this. I'm not gonna put any attachment on it, and I'm also not gonna use any heat. I'm just gonna use the air function. Oh shit. Okay, maybe I'm just nervous because I'm filming, but I forgot to put any of the product in my hair. So, oh, whatever, let's just do that now. I am gonna take a claw clip and like section my hair very roughly. I literally, when I'm putting product in my hair, just do 2 sections, but when I'm actually doing the blowout, you'll see I do like 3 or 4 possibly. So for this, it says for each section of hair, take 2 to 3 pumps. I'm just gonna take 2. I have a lot of hair, but it's not like I have super thick hair. My hair is like not super fine either. So if you're a girly that has like a ton of thick hair, I definitely think 3 pumps of this would be good for you. And also it's like worth noting, you guys can see my natural texture. Like it's pretty wavy. It's not curly exactly, but it's definitely got like wave to it. I don't know, I just love styling my hair because it's like I can wear my natural hair for a day, or I can style my hair, upkeep it for like 3 days, you know? It just makes me feel more put together. So I'm realizing it's not really about the outfit I wear or the makeup I do. What makes me feel best is if my hair is done. And I think it's because I also have like long hair that if it's not done, I feel a lot more like slobbish. Oh my God, if I had short hair, wait, that would be really kind of cute actually. I'm kind of into this, but I've done short hair before. Been there, done that, didn't like it. Anyway, yeah, I can't believe I forgot to put this in before, but that's fine. It's fine because we didn't use heat on the hair yet. Yeah, so the ends of my hair you can see are like drying, so I definitely think the Shark works best like for what I'm about to use it for, when my hair is a little damp. Not necessarily like wet, but definitely damp. Okay, now I'm gonna follow up with 3 pumps of the Verb Ghost Oil. Again, I like this because my hair isn't super thick and coarse and curly, but it still needs moisture. It is like a little bit on the finer side in my opinion. I feel like a hairdresser might tell me something else, but the Verb Ghost Oil does everything I'm looking for without weighing my hair down. All right, that's pretty much the prep for it. And then as I'm going section by section, I will spray more heat protectant just because I'm a little paranoid after the dry bar. It's just, my hair smells like literally burnt. So there are 3 different ways I do a blowout with the Shark. I'm gonna show you guys the curliest method. So that is gonna include the curler attachments. The other ways that I'll do it is I'll use the kind of pointed, what is this? I forgot what this is called, but it's like, what is this called? Ah, yeah. Okay, this is the concentrator is what it's called, not the pointed. Anyway, so I'll attach this to the end of my Shark, right? And then as that's attached, I'll take a humongous round brush that's vented. This is not how I do it, but go under and like drive through and maybe curl and flip in the ends. So that's the second way. It's more like when I'm in a rush and I most likely am not putting rollers in. The last way that I'll do it is I will put on the round brush attachment. This I'll do in the morning, like if I want to refresh my hair, maybe I'll like get it damp a little bit and kind of like bevel in the ends. Or if I want like a flatter style, I've done it before in a previous video and it just comes out like nice and softly straightened, but like still with volume, still with a little bevel at the end. Those are the 3 ways I'm gonna do it. But again, I'm gonna show you guys like the curliest, flippiest way because personally for me, I love the way it makes my bangs look. So I section typically at my temples for the first section that we're gonna style. I typically do 1-inch sections of hair and I'm gonna wrap that around the curler, and then you're gonna see I'm gonna put in rollers. Let me spray some of this in while I talk to you guys though. This smells like so masculine, the Chi, like hair heat protectant, but I don't know, I really like it. Just to show you the rollers, it comes with like a set and then also clips. Okay, the only thing that I'm gonna do different than what I normally do, just to kind of try it out and I think it's gonna look good, is I'm actually gonna put smaller rollers at the bottom and then larger rollers as I get to the top, bar my bangs. My bangs I am gonna use like a small roller up front and then get larger in the back. That's the only thing that's different today, but I think it's gonna look really good. I like to work back to front. It's just easier for me, to each their own. And I typically like to start on the left side. And I do turn on heat for this part. Okay, so a few things to note. I don't wrap the curler too tight because that's gonna kind of completely demolish the curl that you just established. So I do like a light wrapping just for it to cool and set in the curl, like on the roller. And I did that one twice because I just felt like my hair wasn't super dry the first time, and that's the whole point, is you're drying and styling at once. That's why I love this thing so much. I'm gonna like shut up now and just do the rest of my hair. If you are someone with layers, curtain bangs, that sort of thing, which I feel like ever since Sabrina Carpenter popped on the scene, like for real, most of us have been trying to achieve that sort of haircut. Let me not say most of us, but like a decent part of us. And for me, I had a shag back in 2021, and ever since then I've kind of been trying to like grow out that style, but that has left me with like a lot of like chunkiness and layering choppiness that I just want to grow out. But for me, what that means is when I do a blowout, I need to do more sections. So what I do is kind of like this like skunk part. Like imagine if you were giving yourself like a mohawk haircut. If you have like bangs or layers, like you need to section off this skunk part, because once you style that, like you're gonna style it back, it's just gonna flow so nicely over the rest of your hair. I look insane right now. But trust me, sectioning off this third little part, maybe even a fourth part, is gonna be so worth it. It just gives you added volume, but also like sections it to a way where it falls really nicely over like the rest of your hair. So if you can take the time to do like 3 or maybe even 4 sections, definitely do that. Let me go ahead, spray this again, and we keep on moving, ladies and gents. I like to save the 3 that I'm gonna use for like the skunk part. I like to put those to the side just so I don't like accidentally use them up. And then sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Did you stop at Whole Foods?
ShopRite.
Thank you. Thank you, sweet.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Another loss to Alabama. Oh, I could cry. Okay. Oh. Okay, I just spritzed myself in the eye a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, this is definitely like the hardest part for me, just because of the angles of everything, but it's also, in my opinion, the most important part. So I'm gonna section with the rat tail comb. Can you guys see the first big section? I feel like even this is probably too much for the dryer to take on at once, so I'm probably gonna do 2 sections, but I'm gonna use the barrel, like the same rolling barrel, the same direction. Anytime I do this front, you guys can't see me. Anytime I do this like skunk part, I do every section away from my face except for the very front part, and then that goes towards my face. It works out really well. Again, I'm gonna do 2 sections because I don't want to overwhelm the barrel and like not get a good curl. And I also only have 2 clips left, so we're gonna see if I can get away with not clipping every section. Oh my god, I just sold an item on Depop. You guys should definitely check it out. It's almost like 12 p.m. I try to let my roller sit as long as I can. 30 minutes minimum. I am gonna try for an hour with these in. It just like really sets everything. In the meantime, I'm gonna fix the nail situation because they are chipping, cracking, breaking, all the bad things. So before I go, while these are setting and cooling down, I am gonna spray with the Verb Texture Volume Spray. Again, it's a very light hold. This is really not like setting and holding the curls. It's just adding some texture. Okay, this little guy, I need to find a clip for because the top of the head ones do tend to move around. But anyway. Okay, that one's out. God, remember when hairspray used to cause a hole in the ozone layer? Scary times. Okay, I'm gonna go do my nails. It's been over an hour. The nails, and my friend that does nails, I was like, I don't know if I should just like round them out or do square nails, and she's like, well, you've got nice nail beds. I was like, thank you. So go with square, and I'm glad I did. I think she's on to something. This is the Sally Hansen like 2-step gel polish, miracle gel, but it's just nail polish. I love this stuff actually. I will say this stuff lasts for like a full week. The hair has been set for about an hour, over an hour I'd say. I'm gonna start from the back and then start taking the rollers out. But I think I'll just show you this front one. When I take it out, you go in the direction of the curl when you take it out. So like I do like a little twist and pull, and you see I'm going in the direction. And you don't want to pull too hard because again, we want to maintain the curl. But if you're having a little trouble, like I seem to be, that is what this rat tail comb is for in the first place. So I'm gonna follow the direction of the curl. Usually it doesn't take me this long. I think it's just because I'm trying to like talk and do it at the same time. And then boom, you've got very well maintained kind of curl. So we're gonna go through the whole head of hair. Okay, this is what we're left with at first glance. I don't even brush it out after I take it out from the rollers. Like I like this kind of curly, settles into a wave, like really big bounciness. The only thing I do always have to mess with is the bangs. So let's break it down. My bangs aren't even really like bangs anymore. Usually what I do, since it like curls towards my face, I just flip the curl out and just kind of like push it back and kind of like run my fingers through my hair and run it back a little bit. And that usually does it for me. But yeah, you guys can see like that little skunk effect definitely like keeps volume at the top. And I think that's really important if you have layers, and even if you don't have layers, like to keep volume at the top. Like that's kind of the whole goal of a blowout, is volume, and I am loving this. I mean, I could brush it out and make it like super wavy, but I don't know, I'm really kind of loving like the dedicated like curliness. So I'm really into this. My hair still feels like super soft from the oil I put in it earlier, and it's definitely like healthy, shiny. The curlers definitely help like fight frizz and still maintain like a really nice curl. So I am obsessed, and definitely the longer you let the curls kind of set in the rollers, the more volume you're gonna get. So I just love it. And if I don't like go to the gym that night, like obviously this isn't a style that I can extend for a few days just by like an overnight blowout kind of thing. Like there's so many, and like that helps maintain the style. But yeah, that is kind of what I'll do if I'm really doing like a dedicated blowout with like lots of volume, curls, that kind of thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the video. I don't know if you know, but I've been on a blowout journey for quite some time. I feel like I've finally got it down pat, and like I can adjust it any way that I need to. And I absolutely love the way that the smaller rollers at the very bottom turned out, and like the more volume at the top. I think for layering that worked really, really well. If you made it to this part of the video, I want you to comment down below the shark emoji, because obviously it just makes sense. If you guys want more hairstyling videos, I do have some shorts posted, but if there's anything like dedicated that you want me to do, I would love to. So comment down below anything that you have in mind. I could get around to it, give it a shot. I am gonna go now eat lunch because it's taken me like 2 hours to do this hair. So I'm pretty hungry, but there's gonna be a video recommended just for you at the end of this one, so you should definitely stick around and find out what that is. I will see you guys next Sunday. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the good things. Until then, also don't forget to be kind to yourself, others, and the planet. And I'll see you next time. Bye.